Lady wanted to come, but I found something on Lady's leg that looks really bad. And I'm not sure what it is. I don't know how to explain it. Never seen anything like it. And it looks like it might be like some sort of like callus buildup from like chafing from her leg rubbing against her swollen mammary glands. It looks like it may have been bleeding at one point. Um, I'm not sure. Like when I go take her back to the vet, I'm gonna have the vet check it. For now, I'm gonna make Lady take it easy. She wanted to come on the walk, and I couldn't let her because, like, I just don't know what's wrong with her, and I don't want to make it worse, okay? And I'm afraid that, I'm still going to take her on a walk when we get back, but it's a short walk around where we live. I can't do the long walks with her. It's not going to work. Roxy is pulling because she thinks she's going to get another treat. Lady does the same thing, except Lady is not as jerky. So Roxy is convinced there is good stuff, and there's not good stuff in the ground. Trust me, I can tell you from looking at it that it's full of glass and rocks and goat heads and dog pee and poop, and like basically Blue just kicked a pile of dog pee at me, and Roxy just keeps fucking walking behind me over and over again, which of course is driving me absolutely up the wall. And I keep telling her not to. The other dogs, they know you don't go around me because I can't go, you know what I mean? Like everybody else can just switch hands to switch the dogs around. Well, I can't do that. So I've taught my dogs, like all my other dogs, they all walk on my right side, and they know if they go around on the left side to go back around. Roxy doesn't know that, and not only does she not know that, but instead of just going back around, she fights with me about it. So it makes it extra difficult to try and get her to go on these walks, and she's getting better. I mean, getting her down here is hard because she is so full of energy in the morning. Of course she is. She's a puppy. I mean, what do you expect, right? I mean, but as long as she calms down when we get here, which she seems to be calming down quite a bit, which is good. It's nice. This is a nice, calm place to be. It's a nice place to hang out. It's a nice place to come and bring your dogs. It's a nice place to meet people who are in the neighborhood, Like that guy gave me dog food one time. I didn't want it because I don't think that, I'm really smart about dogs. I know dogs. Like if you don't mix dog foods. Like if your dog is used to one dog food and then you introduce a new dog food, it gives them really bad diarrhea and stuff. And so I know the guy was just trying to be nice because he thinks I'm really poor because I am really poor, but I make sure that look, I don't wear fancy clothes. I don't wear fancy jewelry. I don't, you know what I mean? The only money I ever spend on anything is internet, some computer stuff, and video games. That's the most that's the kind of stuff I spend money on, and it's not super expensive. I buy good dog food, not the best. I can't afford the best because the best is really expensive. But Diamond Naturals, especially the chicken, which is the one I get, is rated 4 stars. And now that's 4 out of 5 stars. 5-star stuff is that's the stuff that you go to specialty stores for. Diamond Naturals is a really good. It's grain free. It's a good food. It's really high in protein and healthy, and it's not made from a bunch of garbage. Like, they sell this dog food. I don't know if anybody has ever seen this. Oh no, Roxy's pooping. I've never seen her do that before. Holy Lord, this is a gigantic shit. Oh my God, this is, sorry, I did not mean for anyone else to see that. Let me put this phone down over here, and then let me put this, oh God, what a nightmare. Like, that means if Blue and Lily go, I'm gonna have a fucking, I don't know, man, I'm gonna have a nightmare on my hands, because I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Like, that's a lot of poop. I mean, seriously, this might be like enough food to take up my whole pocket. I mean, I'm not sure like what I'm gonna do about this situation if there's more, because I'm not gonna throw it on the side. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll have to try and put it in my left pocket. But I mean, I gotta say, it's not easy for me to reach my left pocket. It's not. I use my, like I wear Carhartts every day. All I wear are Carhartts. I have 4 pairs of Carhartts, 2 brown, 2 black. And that's all I have for pants is my 4 pair of Carhartts. And and then I get like whatever shirts I get 1 shirt a month. I get 1 item of clothing a month from Loot Wearables. It's random. It can be pretty much anything. So far, I've gotten Tetris sweatpants. I just got the hoodie I'm wearing is a thin hoodie. It's a Scooby-Doo hoodie. It's a Shaggy hoodie. It says Shaggy on it. Why are they all pulling and fighting with me? Well, like every one of them is pulling against me as I'm trying to pick this up. Like, I don't understand why they do that. And then yesterday, I don't know who did it. I'm guessing it's probably Stella. I mean, not Stella, Roxy. Because she just doesn't know. Like, right now, she's, like, right next to my phone, and I don't like that. It scares me. Because yesterday, not the screen, but the glass covering that I use got broken on my phone. And I can't afford to keep buying these things. I mean, not super expensive, but I mean, they're like $6, I think, for 3 of them. And I break them on my own too, on accident. I drop them sometimes, and it breaks the glass. I get the glass screen covers. See what I mean? Like, okay, that is still there. It's been there for days. A bag of poop. Now, if they had just left the poop there to just sit there, it would probably be like almost gone by now, because that's what happens with poop. It goes away after a while. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's flies and dung beetles and like all kinds of other like little like creepy crawlies that they feed on it, and then they get rid of it. Now I'm not saying that people should just stop picking up their poop, because the bugs will take care of it, because the amount of people that walk their dogs down here, if they didn't clean up, this place would just be full of shit. I mean, seriously. The dog park that I used to go to, nobody cleaned up their poop there. Like, I was one of like maybe like 3. I wish Roxy would just stop darting like that. Like, see what I mean? Like, means like, okay, she just does this thing where she just like suddenly is like obsessed with like getting somewhere, and like she just does it out of nowhere, and it's so like see, we'll be walking along, and then all of a sudden she'll be like, oh my God, what is that? And then like she just like charges at something like randomly, and I don't understand why she does it, and it hurts my wrist. So I gotta hopefully she'll chill out after a while, of doing these walks like, every day. I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't. I mean, every other dog I've ever, like, every dog, and I've walked like, I have walked and trained like probably about 9 dogs, and I've had success with all of them. I mean, like, Lady and Blue were my 2 hardest to train, And like, look at Blue now. I mean, he's a freaking genius when it comes to walking. He's a master walker. He is the greatest walker ever to walk these canals. Sorry, I have to flip it around because it goes upside down on me sometimes, and it makes me crazy. Okay, so there's horse poop because people ride horses here. But Lady likes to roll in it, which is really disgusting. Come on, we're gonna go this way. Come on, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna go up here. I gotta at least, I have to at least let Blue off the leash for a minute because I've gotta get a break from, I can handle just Roxy. That's like not a problem, but all three of them, like when they do start to decide to all pull at the same time, it can be very strenuous on me. So I do need a break once in a while from all three of them pulling. Cause like Blue does this thing where he like does this, like he likes to pee on stuff, and when he gets in his head he's gonna pee on stuff, like there is like it's all of a sudden all engines stop, like full stop, like until and then sometimes we have to go in reverse to get where we're going. Okay. So I don't see anybody. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test my luck on this one. Hope for the best, and I'm gonna let all three of them go and see what happens here. Okay, this better work out, because if it doesn't, I am gonna be in a lot of trouble. I mean, I just need to make sure that, Blue sticks, as long as Blue sticks with me, and Roxy isn't going to hurt anybody, and Bowie isn't big enough to hurt anybody. He thinks he can hurt somebody. I mean, I've literally watched him try to attack. I think I've told this story before. I watched him try to attack pit bulls multiple times, to no success whatsoever. They don't even notice him. They think he's just kind of playing, but they think he's too small to play with, so they just sort of ignore him. It's kind of funny to watch. Yeah, Roxy, you just stay with me, okay? You stay with me, and we're gonna. This is the good to see. Yeah, this is why I come down in this way, because everybody else walks on that path out there, and I walk back here on this path, and then I don't have to worry about the dogs. I just gotta catch them before the bridge, because once the bridge comes, that's when it gets to be more people. I gotta get them before the curve. Blue, I don't know if if anybody can see this, but Blue is being protective of Roxy. Blue usually runs and plays way more. Look at this. This dog gets caught on little tiny spikes like this. He can't get past, he can't pull himself off of that. Whereas I gently tugged it with my finger. How would this dog survive in nature? I'm sorry, but some breeds they don't stand a chance. I'm sorry. Blue, it's fucking, he would be like a pack leader out in the wild. Bowie would be like lunch. Within a few minutes, Bowie would be lunch. So I can't help to laugh about that. He is just so not a dog. I don't know what he is. He's a mogwai, I guess. He's just a poor gremlin lost in a world of dogs, unable to find his way back home to his gremlin friends. Roxy, don't. Come on. Roxy, don't. Come on. Don't mess with those dogs. Don't mess with those dogs. You leave him alone. Be nice, okay? All right. All right. Hey, hold it up. We gotta do the old leash thing here again. Roxy, hold on. I gotta put you guys back on the leashes because we're getting near the place where there's gonna be people and the cars are coming up soon, and so I gotta make sure. Hey, 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 hey! I gotta grab you too, little knucklehead. Blue, Blue. I'm coming for you too, okay, buddy? So just hold on a second. Blue, don't go far. Thank you. Wait for me. I'm coming. I'm coming, Blue. Just wait. Here I come. Here I come, Blue. Yes, I'm coming. Wait. Oh, come on. Blue, just wait there. I'm coming. Don't worry. Roxy is busy smelling something. I don't know what. I just... Alright. Okay, Blue. Here we go. Let me grab you. Come here. Hold on. Let me grab your thing. There we go. You got a bunch of stickers in your back now. See, this is why I grab them early. Okay, so I'm gonna show you, like this lady here. Like, if I would have had them off leash and they could have gotten out, like, they would have ran into her and she would have had a fucking fit. Like, she would have thrown a goddamn fucking full-on shit fit, hissy fit, fucking privileged, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, see, there's like a lot of really overprivileged people in this neighborhood. Like, the outfit she's wearing costs more than my Xbox and my computer and my clothes and my phone put together. Like, that's just her outfit. I mean, and people like that think that they have the right to tell people like me what to do because I'm wearing a Shaggy hoodie and not a super fancy, like, I don't even know where they shop around here, like the high-end stuff. Like, I don't know the high-end stores here. I mean, we don't have like Macy's here or any of that stuff. Like, they probably order it like in the mail, to be honest, like off Amazon or something, or off the site. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. But I've had like people, like, they seem to think that because I'm poor, they have the right to tell me what to do, and I don't get that. I'm like, I thought this was America where, like, you know, but see, we still live in a classist society, which frustrates me. And people try to ignore that, try and say, oh, no, we don't live in that. I'm like, yeah, we do. Like, social mobility is dead. There's no such thing as social mobility anymore. Like, most people live and die within 50 miles of where they were born. And they usually don't ever make any more than their parents did. And in fact, they usually make less than their parents did because as generations go on, like my grandmother, when she died, she had not only Social Security, but she had 2 pensions that she had earned from working during the World War II era. In like factories like for Rayovac and stuff, and she worked in like the armory factory where like they made bombs and stuff, and like, because women were the workforce then, and my grandma worked also at Gardner's Bakery, where she also earned a pension. Oh my gosh, there is 2 peacocks right there on there. It's just sitting. Look, there's 3 of them, just sitting right there on the fence. You see that? Cake on, oh my God, Cake on Caffeine. How are you? Look at what, check it out, dude. Like, you came at the right time. Do you see those? Do you see those? Those peacocks just right there? Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Wow, that is amazing. See, there's a third one that's hidden right here. Right back there. There's 3 of them right there. It's so cool. Come on. And then, I was just talking to my neighbor the other day about this too. How there used to be roadrunners around everywhere. And, there's not really there's not a lot of roadrunners anymore like there used to be and stuff like that. And we think it's because of the cat problem. Australia is experiencing the same problem. I was talking a little bit about this yesterday. Yeah, aren't they cool, man? They're big. They're really big. Like those are like 20-pound birds, man. Like you get 3 of those coming at you, man. You better run for your life. They have huge talons. Like they just are everywhere. They just run wild around here. It's crazy. Like that's how they stay safe though. Like they just go to people's they just go to random houses and climb up somewhere safe and then hide in there so they don't get killed in the night. It's so weird. Like how they are just everywhere. But no, I was talking about this yesterday. The roadrunners I finally saw. I've seen 2 this year now, and I swear they used to come and land on my. They used to come in my yard and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they used to just be around like roadrunners, all over. Like this is freaking Albuquerque. You know what I mean? Like you ever watch Bugs Bunny? He always says, "Oh, I think I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque," and then the roadrunner. You know what I mean? And the coyote. Well, this is where that shit's all takes place, right? You know, Albuquerque. This is where roadrunners and coyotes literally exist in my. I see them. I see them all the time. And when it's you'll see them again. But here, let me tell you what's going on is that in Australia, the cats are there's so many feral cats in this city now that they are starting to kill off all of the natural wildlife. They're killing the birds, all of the birds like the doves, the pigeons, the finches. We have a lot of yellow-breasted finches here. You don't see those hardly anymore. Come on, Blue. Let's go. Roadrunners, stuff like that. It's all gone. They're gone. You don't see them anymore. And it sucks because roadrunners were such a cool I'd never seen a roadrunner in my life, and then when I saw one for the first time when I moved here, I was like, no fucking way, man. That's an actual roadrunner. That's so cool. Oh, dude, you live somewhere cool, don't you? I've seen moose. Way up. We have moose here too, but not. I mean, now we don't have moose here where I live. You have to go up to Colorado, or Northern California and stuff like that. So that's where I've seen a moose, was in Northern California, up in the mountains in Mount Shasta, and holy moly, Lord Almighty, those things. If I would not want to get one of those mad, its shoulder. I thought they were I knew they were big, okay, right? I knew they were big animals, okay. I had no idea that they were that big. Like, they are so big that when I stand, like I didn't get close enough to it to stand next to it, but like I mean I could tell that like if I stood next to it, it I mean I'm 6'1". Its shoulder would have probably hello, morning. Its shoulder would have probably been, I don't know, at least another 4 feet above me. Blue, what are you looking at? Blue gets these weird ideas in his head that there's somebody gonna give him something, and then he doesn't want to go. But there's not giving anything. There's nobody giving anything. Come on, let's go. There's no stuff. All right? There's no stuff anywhere. Let's just go this way. Come on. I gotta go home and I gotta order stuff. Yeah, dude. Like they're so huge. And then bison also. Holy Lord. Bison are gigantic, man. Like there's hardly any of them left because I don't know if you like know about American history. Basically, like, okay, I'm gonna tell like I'm gonna tell some really bad shit right now about American history. So if you're not cool with this, like, don't listen. Turn me off right now. Because I'm gonna tell you like about the real American history, the stuff you learn only when you go to university. Like you don't learn this stuff when you're in high school. When you're in high school, you're taught very different things. At least most high schools. Like the high school I went to was called Malcolm Shabazz City School. Like we actually had like two mandatory classes. The Shabazz Experience 1 and the Shabazz Experience 2, where we learned about unearned privilege and power, and how like people like, you know, white people in America have all of this unearned power and privilege. Like I had to like this was like my high school. You know, if you know who Malcolm Shabazz is, like you'll understand like why this school that I went to was so like this school was so outside of the norm. Like it's crazy, okay? It's crazy. Like we learned, like we were taught like real stuff. Like we didn't celebrate Columbus Day. We like we would do this thing where like, okay, Columbus would do this thing with his slaves, where he would make them wear a coin on a coin on a piece of rope around their neck. And so my high school, like everybody in my high school would do that on Columbus Day as a show of like, you know, what Columbus was really like, that he was just a slave trader, a thief. He was a monster. He was a horrible guy. You know, he wasn't a hero, and he didn't discover America either. Okay, yeah, it was the Vikings that actually discovered America, if you want to put it that way. And if you want to go back to the actual who discovered America, it was the natives. It was the indigenous people, the people who already lived here, who'd been living here for 25,000 years or more. Like, okay, where I live, we have ruins that are like 12,000 years old, okay? It's called Chaco Canyon, and I'm actually going to do like a whole thing about, like, I'm going to go to the Natural History Museum, and I'm going to do a whole stream about Chaco Canyon, and because I took a class on art of the American Southwest, where it was all about like, we studied cave paintings that go back, who knows, we don't know. They're like, they are possibly about 25,000 years old. They're called the Barrier Canyon paintings. If you ever look them up, you can look it up, Barrier Canyon paintings. Um, then we studied this another group called the Ute, who did a lot of art in this area, like basically from Utah, which is like a state like slightly above us, down through here. There was whole entire like groups of people doing incredible things, building huge like stuff, like empires and stuff. I mean, there's proof that the Incas, I think it was the Incas, were actually like trading with the native people all up and down the coast, all through all the way from Florida, from South America, like way down in South America. They would travel in these big boats all the way up to Florida. As far as Florida was their empire, and they had extensive trading routes and like stuff. So I mean, people don't really know like the true history of America, and the only reason I know is because taking Art of the American Southwest opened my eyes to a lot of things. Now, okay, back to my original subject. Okay, bison. The reason that the bison were killed, so the American government would pay, I think it was a dollar for every, or $2, I think it was $1 or $2. This is back when that was a lot of money, for every carcass you brought in. You had to prove that you killed the bison, so you had to bring the stuff in, right? But people would just like shoot them for fun. And other people did it for a living. Basically, the whole point of it was that the bison were the food source of the Plains Indians, like the Sioux. The Sioux Indians were some of the Plains Indians that relied upon the bison, and they followed their grazing, migration patterns, and which they never hunted more than they needed. You know what I mean? None of that stuff. So basically, the whole point was to kill off the source of food for these people so that they would die, basically, to get out of the way. See, the whole point, so the reason that America pushed all the natives, all of them, all the way out here to the desert, was to get rid of them off of the good land. See, the American government wanted to sell beef to England. And the only way to sell beef, so at the time it was popular for beef to be really fatty. And so they would feed the beef a lot of corn. And they needed a lot of space to grow the corn and to have the beef and have the cows graze and stuff. And so the only way to do that was to get rid of the bison and get rid of the people. So they killed them. They killed them off. They just slaughtered them wholesale. I mean, that's true American history right there, okay? Sorry about this. Oh, dude, like, I know so much stuff, like, like, about all kinds of stuff. Like, I mean, I've studied so many things, like, in school and on my own. So, like, yeah, so, I mean, like, the Trail of Tears, the Cherokees were forced to walk from Georgia, which is swampland, okay? That's where they had an entire, the Cherokee had an entire empire set up. A lot of these people that they broke treaties with were people who had intricate, a lot of our, they actually, like, the founding fathers actually stole one of the tribes, I can't remember which tribe it is, they had like this whole like Bill of Rights thing written up, and like the founding fathers stole it from them and used it in writing, you know, like the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence and all that stuff. Like that was all stuff that was written by natives, and so basically, what we did was we broke every single treaty we had ever made, and we made the Cherokee walk from their homes in Georgia, which is a coast on the east coast of America. It's like a 2,000-mile walk, okay? 2,000-mile walk. And all they were allowed to take was what they could carry. And like so many people died along the way, and no, like the soldiers didn't care, like they were just, they kept them walking, you know what I mean? Like, and the people were like, had to rely on like whatever they could find, like along the way, like hunting and scavenging for food, berries, water, wherever they could find it. Like, it was one of the most horrific things we've ever done. So the Cherokee, being swamp-dwelling people, were pushed to a desert here. And not only that, but we took and we pushed all of the tribes. Like, okay, so New Mexico, where I live, is we have the most indigenous people in the country here. 300,000. That's the most. That's the number that is the highest amount of people, of indigenous people that are left in this country are here. It's 300,000 out of an entire nation. There was people from coast to coast living here. Now there are. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't groups still living in other places, but most of them were settled here in the desert, and they put together people who were like they were enemies. So they in the same camps, they would put tribes that were enemies with each other. I mean that is just insane. That's like one of the most. I mean, that is. I can't even I become tongue-tied when I start to think about these things, because like they infuriate me. And I don't know why more people aren't like angry about this stuff. It's like Americans are just so like, I don't know, man. I don't want to make it seem like all Americans don't care and that people don't care, but right? Yeah, no kidding, right? I mean, oh man, dude, like people don't like when I start talking to people about stuff, a lot of the time they don't really know what to say. I try to like when I talk to normal people, I say normal. What I mean is, okay, so because I have autism, my neuro development is different than other people's. So we actually call them like neurodevelopmental normals. Whereas like we have our problems are that we were born with neurodevelopmental disabilities. My brain didn't develop like it should have. so I don't know like what's right and wrong with like, not, I'm not saying I don't know what's right and wrong. I know there's right and wrong because I am a very good person. I mean, obviously. I don't know like, I don't understand like I don't understand like social cues a lot of the time and social norms. Like I'm not very good at those. So I say things and I don't realize that like the things I say are come across as offensive or rude or something. Like a lot of times I'm just trying to like explain something and like which to me is a very straightforward way of saying things, and it comes out like apparently to other people as being like extremely rude. And I am like, and I try and ask people like, what did I do? And they're like, you know. And I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what did I do? Like, I'm sorry, whatever I did, I'm sorry. But like, so I do these podcasts like this where I talk about like all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? It's dog walk and open talk. And so, if anybody wants to bring up anything to talk about ever, please feel free, to bring up a subject, bring up a topic, and I'd love to talk about it. I mean, I talk about, like, I've been talking lately, I was talking, like, just recently I did a whole talk about how which the green people don't like very much, about how nuclear power is the only way for us to come up with enough energy to support our standard of living. Solar power and wind turbines are only a very temporary fix as we move from coal to full-on nuclear. And India leads the way. India has a 3-stage plan. They're working very hard on it to create, I think it's thorium reactors, and they actually have. There's huge amount. Like, okay, so uranium-238 needs to be created, whereas thorium is natural. It's just naturally found in the environment, and you can create reactors. They've known this since the 60s that you can create reactors with this stuff that are 100% safe. They have no chance of ever like exploding like Chernobyl. Basically the whole reason why we moved to the uranium-2... Get out of there! Dang it. No, Roxy! Dang it, Roxy. The only reason we moved to the uranium-238 reactors is because we were in a Cold War and we were trying to build nuclear weapons. Come on, let's cross. And nuclear weapons, guess what they run on? Uranium-238. So we put because in America, unlike other countries, the way we do our economy is we use private corporations to come up with ideas, but they have to come up with ideas for the military. It has to be military use first. Then, after it's approved for military use, if they can come up with any sort of like private use, like use for making money for themselves off of it, they can do that afterwards. Sorry, I don't know why I was trying to explain that a little bit. I was trying to explain why we went to uranium-238. So now, okay, basically, as we disarm our nuclear weapons and move forward, we can use all of our nuclear weapons to fuel the uranium-238 reactors. And as that eventually runs out, we will slowly be able to phase into the new thorium reactors that India is working really hard to make. And they have really they're really working hard on it. You know, France actually uses nuclear reactors for almost all of its power, and they have like some of the best and safest, least polluted, energy production in the world. And France is like known but France, look, man, France has always been ahead of the curve on everything. People don't like them. They like to make fun of them. But I'm sorry, but France produced things like, I don't know, Jean-Paul Sartre, and he was fucking brilliant, and produced things like the idea of using nuclear energy as the future. They have come up with so many wonderful ideas, and yeah, they can be a little snooty, I know, but at the same time, they are really thoughtful, and I mean, I don't want to live in France, don't get me wrong. France was not my place I want to go. Cost of living would be way too high for me, but yes, dude, baguette power. I agree with you there. I love their pastries. Oh my gosh, French. Oh God, French bread. Like no, I mean, don't mean it's like French bread itself. I mean like, what do you call it? I don't know. What you would call it where you live. We call it I can't even remember what we call it now. That kind. Oh, artisan bread. We call it artisan bread. I'm not sure what you call it. Like it's basically like bread that's like like all specialized. Because look, like I hate white bread, and I only eat like really good wheat bread, and it doesn't have any preservatives, so I have to eat it really fast because it goes bad really fast. Geez, man. She is just like jumping all over the place, pulling me. Now I gotta flip it again. Yeah, I'm not a big croissant fan either. Like in America, people like think croissants are really fancy. Like, so like every time you go to like some sort of like fancy, like, okay, because like I know like okay, like on Monday I am going to probably do a special dog walk. I'm going with my friend Terry, who is also my representative for my area. She also, and so what we're doing is we're going out and handing out information about voting, trying to get people to vote. And so we're gonna do that. We're gonna take our dogs and we're gonna go walk around, and we're gonna try and like get people to get information about voting for some, local government especially. Because local government is where it really happens. Like, if you want things to change, you vote for your local government, because they're the ones who can change your neighborhood. That's why I support Terry so much. She is so awesome. Like, she used to be this like hardcore communist. She used to hold they used to do like communist rallies and stuff here in Albuquerque, like back in the 80s. Like, she's a really interesting person. She also used to be a prosecutor for the she was a prosecutor for the federal I can't remember what it's one of the federal, for the federal, whenever like a big court case happens that goes to the federal level, she was the lawyer, she was the attorney. So she was the prosecutor, she was trying to hold like people like corporations accountable for their actions, and stuff like that. Like, she's always been like, and I've been to her house. Like, I watched a movie there. I watched what's that movie with where they keep going deeper and deeper into dreams. I saw that at her house. Her husband's really nice. We had some really good pasta. But Terry's super awesome. So I'll do that whole stream of us like walking around, and like I mean, that's the thing. Like I'm one of those people who's like I'm like active in my government, in my community, and in trying to make things better. Like I believe in that stuff. I believe in making things better, and I work hard at it to try and have a better world to live in. I mean, who doesn't want that? You know what I mean, right? Like, who doesn't want a better world to live in? Come on, let's go. Like everybody does. So I do my best. I walk my neighbor's dogs. I I I try and read books about Norse mythology to try and educate people about it. I'm gonna be doing a little more I'm gonna do like more educating about like actual Norse cultures and how they lived. Like my streams are gonna be like my reading streams are gonna be like more educational. Yes, I'm gonna read. Like you could always look if you want to stop watching my stream after I get to the part of finish. No, get out of there. After I finish the book, like the story, because the story I'm gonna read is the one about Thor and his wife Sig. It should be an interesting. Dude, why does it keep going upside down? These dogs are so tangled with each other. I gotta fix this. Like Bowie can barely. Look, you know what? You're getting on my nerves. Okay, seriously, you are. You get too pulley. That's what you do. You pull too much. Hey, Blue. No, just stop. Stay still. You don't go anywhere, okay? You stay. You stay. Blue, you stay. Alright? Stay. You stay. I know you know what to do. You're good. Alright? Just stay where you are, and I'm gonna grab you in a second, okay? Yeah, you're alright, Blue. You're okay. You just stay where you are. Let me grab my phone, and I'll grab you, okay? Let me get the phone. Alright? And then let me grab, wait, you know what? Let me grab the leashes first, and then I'll grab the phone. So let me grab the leashes. Here we go. I got Blue. And then we will get the, hi, everybody. Let's get the stream going. Let's see. Oh, I really like since I'm vegan, I don't eat I don't really like tomato based sauces, but I don't eat white sauces either. Being vegan kind of limits it. So, I usually like to eat like pesto. You can make really good vegan pesto, which is delicious with rotini. I like to use rotinis with it, and it's so good. Like, you know what? I'll do a whole stream where I make vegan vegan pasta one of these days. I gotta edit my stream that I made. I made a stream about median versus because people don't understand the difference between average and median, and I wanted people to understand why average. When you see statistics in Americans love to use average because average makes things look good, whereas median is the truth. So I showed the difference between average and median and why you should not listen to, like, when people say the average this or that is this, like, it's a lie. It's not the truth. It's not, yeah, it really is the average, but that's not like what the real true income is of like Americans. It's like you got to look at median incomes, not averages. I got to set my phone down and call it quits probably. So I'm just gonna say goodbye. It was fun. I know the sun is like shining. You can't see me very well, but thanks for everything. I always appreciate you. You're awesome.